For the record, my name is Nicholas Hoffman of 18 Share Trail, Worcester. I'm the current owner of 7 Longworth Road. Before I begin, I would first like to thank Olivia, who is the planning analyst assigned to the project, Victor, who is the chief planner, who has helped me throughout, and of course, Michelle, for her continued high-level guidance and oversight of this project. I understand dealing with this project was not easy, and I do appreciate your help. Thank you. I would now like to hand this over to the city's Planning and Regulatory Service Department so they can provide their own high-level overview.
Okay, thank you.
Through the chair, I just want to clarify, I don't believe the city has a sort of partnership role in this. I don't believe the land was acquired, so I just want to clarify. In that respect, I think the applicant is referring to just...
Keith Boucher, 11 Longworth Road. Thank you for the opportunity to speak again. I want to begin by requesting that the board ask Mr. Hoffman to refrain from engaging in behavior that could be reasonably perceived as aggressive or hostile toward neighbors while visiting his property at 7 Longworth Road. Whether by himself or through his associates, given the sensitivity of the ongoing proceedings, it is important that all interactions remain civil and free of intimidation. As residents, we understand that growth and development are part of any city's future, but that growth must be guided by principles of fairness, transparency, and respect for process. Unfortunately, what has unfolded in this case has left many of us deeply concerned about how decisions are being made and whether public input is being taken seriously. At the ZBA meeting on August 4th, the board approved and requested variance at 7 Longworth. While this was disappointing, what was more troubling was how this decision was reached. The board claimed the hardship stemmed from the shape of the lot, but that did not acknowledge, let alone address, the repeated public concern that the hardship was self-created. This is a crucial legal requirement. Massachusetts General Law, Chapter 40A, Section 10 specifically prohibits approval of variance when the hardship is self-created. The hardship was not only self-created, but was pursued with the expectation that the rules could be bent to accommodate the applicant's goal. That is not what the law allows. The applicant knowingly purchased the property and sought to subdivide, and despite knowing the frontage requirements would not be met.
I just want to be clear that while what you're saying, I'm sure, is well researched, it doesn't pertain to what we're voting on tonight. We're not the Zoning Board of Appeals. We can't undo their action. That's not our role. Okay. We're just pursuing they're here with a definitive subdivision, frontage subdivision plan. We're evaluating that only.
Multiple residents report that the applicant told them directly that this is happening, it is full steam ahead, and that this will not be stopped. These statements not only imply a preordained outcome, but they discouraged public participation by making residents feel like their voices do not matter. Compounding this is the mixed messaging from planning about how such correspondence is shared. In prior communications, it was stated that the proactive release of resident submissions to applicants is not a formal policy or procedure, but rather a courtesy at planning's discretion. Yet in other exchanges, it has been implied that such sharing is a standard part of the process. This lack of consistency leaves residents uncertain about what to expect and how their participation will be handled. I'm asking the Board of Planning to provide clarity by adopting and publicly posting an official policy on the release of public comments and ensuring that any such policy is strictly followed. Since this is the last time that we will get to speak on this matter, I would like to say a few more things that have troubled myself and a few of the other residents in regard to how this process has unfolded. Before the August 4th meeting began, the applicant was observed moving around the room, engaging with staff members, standing behind the dais, and exchanging laughter, jokes with the ZBA personnel. During the application's opening statement, he boasted that this was going to be another great collaboration. I would like to ask the planning board directly, in what way has this been a collaboration and with whom? I do appreciate that Michelle Smith clarified that earlier. At the August 4th meeting, it should be noted that Victor Panic, chief planner, had made a call directly to me hours earlier in which I expressed my concerns about perceived biases amongst the board and intimidation of residents by the applicant. Mr. Panic felt that the need to clarify one of Mr. Hoffman's previous statements by noting that the board does not make decisions on matters prior to deliberation. I would note that Mr. Panic did not make a corrective statement about Mr. Hoffman's project being another great collaboration. Additionally, during the hearing, the chairman of the ZBA was visibly stifling laughter while members of the public were speaking. This behavior was deeply disrespectful and sent a clear message about how seriously public testimony was being taken. All of this, when viewed in its entirety, is not how the public process is supposed to work. We ask the planning board to view this project not in isolation, but as part of a broader pattern. The appearance of favoritism towards developers, especially when the public is being disregarded, sends the wrong message. It undermines confidence in Worcester's institutions and discourages civic engagement at a time when we need it most. This is about more than just one house. It is about how we make decisions as a city, who those decisions benefit, and whether those entrusted with oversight are doing their jobs with fairness, integrity, and transparency. The city's disregard for key legal requirements not only undermines trust, but exposes the city to avoidable appeals and litigation. Please consider all of these issues carefully as you evaluate this application. Thank you very much.
Just before you step down, while I think you raise a number of concerns regarding public trust and accountability that are all valid, before you take a seat, you're welcome to say those things here. They're not within the board's purview. They might be within city councils or the city managers or someone else's. Do you want to say anything about the definitive frontage subdivision plan?
I'm in opposition to it.
Okay, thank you. As it relates to a definitive frontage subdivision, however, it's mostly about adequate access, and this is on an existing road that has adequate access. They're not proposing to put in a cul-de-sac or anything like that. So the waivers that they're seeking mostly or entirely relate to the fact that they're not building a road. And for that reason, I support, I'll be supporting the project. I do understand that development next door can be frustrating, and feeling like the process is rigged can also, is a really unfortunate outcome of this. But that said, I think that it's really important that we keep the purviews of our institutions within their bounds. So the court exists to have an appeals process for the Zoning Board of Appeals, which you are welcome to pursue. I'm not a lawyer. I can't tell you whether that will work or not. But that's the venue that we have established as a society for dealing with these types of conflicts. I wish you all the best of luck.
With that, I would make a motion to close the public hearing.
Second.
On the motion, Mr. McCormick,
Yes.
Mr. King,
Yes.
Mr. Delera.
Yes.
I vote yes as well. 4-0, hearing's closed.
And I would make a motion to approve the definitive frontage subdivision plan for 7 Longworth Road, subject to staff conditions on page 2 of the staff memo.
Second.
On the motion, Mr. King,
Yes.
Mr. Delera,
Yes.
Mr. McCormick.
Yes.
I vote yes. Motion passes 4-0.
Thank you.